Hey guys, WLJK back. Now, as promised, saying I got this wonderful thing moved from out below here. Show you the cabling on this. Now, as you can see, we have the power and the USB already plugged in. Don't need to worry about that. That's common. Everybody knows how to do that. Now, when I was talking about the console cables, now I don't have the other half because the other half is plugged in the TV, but you got the 360 cables, got the red, if I get it right, the red, blue, and green. Okay. These are your video inputs. So see if I can do this rather easily. It's kind of obvious. Your reds, the blue, and of course the green. Now I should have pulled the snake the air cables out first. Give me a second. There we go. Now I needed to do that because this cable right here, this is actually one cable. Well, it's actually 5 cables glued together. These are the cables that come with your Hodgepodge. I used them. They're good. There's nothing wrong with them. They're decent quality. But I split them up from the audio and the video because I use them separately. So anyway, so you have your console connectors plugged into the bottom. I did do that right, didn't I? Yes. Yes, I did. Okay. Now, your outputs, which go to your TV, that's these 3. So obviously, if I can get them right, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Let me see here. There we go. The red. Come on. I have to get them tangled up. The blue. Where's the connector? The blue and the green. Now the green one might pop out on us during the conversation, but that's because the cables are stiff and their grippiness on the connectivity let go a little bit when I pulled them through. Why does it look like that one connector's messed up? Okay, there we go. Yep, see, that green one popped out. Pull that out a little bit. There we go. Now, as I explained before, the audio, the other part of this cable, is plugged into the TV. The TV has an audio out, which, if you got these cables with the original style 360, there was an adapter where it went from a 1/8 inch stereo jack to a dual RCA connector. Now I used that connector plugged in these 2, which are not these particular 2, but the 2 that are outputting from the TV to the mixer. These are hooked on the other end to the mixer, and these ones, like I mentioned, the oddball thing is you just hook these into. I'm not doing too bad not looking at this thing right away. The input. So that's it. That's the. I'm sorry to give you something just went. Don't know what it was. That's the entire connection. As you can see, this part up here not used because you're not outputting the sound from this. You're outputting the sound from the TV to the mixer, which is over there for me, and then it comes back here. Now, if they can only figure out a way to have audio mixing and whatnot with this, that'd be great. But no, I don't know if I have a loose port plug or something. I gotta figure that out later. But that's that. When I come back in a second, I'll explain the theory behind my Skype client idea. So I shall be back in a second. Okay, now with the idea of my Skype client, And man, is that filthy on the side. You see this little wire here? I'll explain this little wire first. When I bought my wife this computer, the sound didn't work. Found out the sound was defective. But you can plug, actually it's this jack right here. And, oh man, that's in there tight. It's hard to see. Oh, you can see pretty good. This jack here, the headphone jack. Usually when you unplug a headphone, it's supposed to go to the onboard. Well, they had some defective ports that were put on. I wasn't going to send it back after having all, already set up and everything. Have them replace the board just to ship it back to me. So we dealt with, speakers, headphones, until I came up with this thing. This actually goes in through the computer and wires in directly to the speakers. So that's just a little quick, cheap, I guess you can say, redneck fix. But what we're looking at, and I'm sorry for the noise. I notice there's a lot of noise on the video. Don't know what it's from. But anyway, what my idea is this is going to output to the two open ports of the mixer. I might dummy this down from stereo to mono. I might not need it stereo. I haven't decided that yet. But this is the nifty part. I didn't think about this. This is your mic in. Now, other ways I was thinking about it would end up with loop back and the audio and whatnot to turn around and talk to people. So what I came up with is this port. I'm using this as the pointer. This port here will have a headphone jack like this, but split up into one or two of these jacks. Not, well, it might have this on it, but it might be just straight 1/4 inch jack. Now this one, this is where I was having a problem with, because this is the mic in. Now give me a second here, guys, and I will show you the trick I realized with my microphone. So I got to turn the mic here a little bit. Okay. So we go every other direction other than the way I want. Okay. So what we got here is I could do this one of two ways. There we go, it comes in clear. There's a small USB port, a micro USB here, or I should say a mini USB, or over on the side, over down by my thumb here, there we go. It's kind of hard to do. But right here, right below my finger, you got a screw, this next little circle. That's actually a headphone jack. And it'll let me monitor what I'm saying, believe it or not. So I can go either the USB route or the headphone jack. I'm going to try the headphone jack and plug it directly in there. That just requires, a couple 1/8 inch headphone, patch cable. But yeah, that's the idea of that. So as you can see where I got that rigged in to go into, just got hidden in through the slot connector there. But yeah, once again, got pointing wrong. Where this is plugged in, that's going to go to the mixer, and then the other jacks can just primarily plug directly into my microphone if it works that way. If it don't, then I'll go the USB route, which I'm pretty sure I can have the USB and the microphone work at the same time. But yeah, so that's it for that. And like I said, I'm thinking of adding the Twitter interface on here. If I don't do twitting, at least I can follow people and see my keyboard. So, and I gotta put this back up. I got a nice little cradle for this. There we go. But I just gotta readjust everything now. There we go. That's good enough for now. So yeah, that's basically the idea I had. So if you take my previous video and then add in those points, that pretty much sets it up for the original idea of just live commentary on video. Plus, with the second part, with me showing you how I was going to do the client, turns around and shows the, excuse me, I'm readjusting stuff, shows you the idea of how you could possibly set it up so that you can do multiplayer. Oh, my chair's off. So yeah, that gives you guys an idea, and hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, hopefully it works that way, and we'll find out in the future. And if it does, I'll let you guys know. If it don't, I'll let you guys know. But like I said, it might take a little while, because I'm going to try the Skype idea. I got a friend, I told him I was going to set up Skype, and he was going to set up Skype. So if anything, we'll set up Skype together and maybe have a test, and if it works, I'll let you guys know. So hopefully this helped you even more. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't do that wiring idea first. So don't mind Alduin. I gotta move him. There we go. Otherwise I can't see my TV. So this has been WLJK. I shall catch you guys later.